Hey yo, this is Gary Rogers and you're listening to Talkin Schmit.
All right, welcome back to Talkin Schmit. I'm Schmitty, and today on the program, we got NBD, we got SKATELINE, we got Gary Rogers in the house.
Stopping people, how y'all feeling?
How you doing?
Doing good.
Let's change up the studio real quick.
Let's go.
Anyway, I got a tie on today, and we're doing it big up in East Bay. Where are we at?
Castro Valley area.
Castro Valley. We got to go back deep with you. I want to know some early shit, because I know you were attracted to Metro Skate Shop, right?
Yeah.
Where were you born and raised?
So I was born in San Francisco. I lived over there for that couple month or two. Then I moved over to Oakland.
Did you see some shit growing up?
Yeah, I experienced some stuff when I grew up. Stuff that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all good. It's neither here nor there.
What attracted you to a skateboard?
Actually, so I seen Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 come out on Nintendo 64, and then the show Rocket Power. I had a group of friends. They were it was like a cartoon on Nickelodeon. All these kids was riding skateboards, rollerblading, scooters, the whole thing, and I was just the skateboarding parts of the show look like the video game that I like, so I'm gonna try that, right? And then we started going out front, and I was like, Mom, I wanna do the thing from the cartoon. She was like, all right. So she took me over to Kmart, $28, got a No Fear font type skateboard. I remember it was purple and green, and it sucked. It didn't move. The trucks were black plastic. It was a bad time, but I had my boy taught me how to my boy Marvis taught me how to ollie. Took a minute. Took I think I want to say 2 or 3 weeks to do it, but it wasn't a good ollie. It was just I did the motion of the back and forth.
Then at that point, do you start kind of blending with more people that are skating and realize you got to get a board not from Kmart? Hell
no, I don't. I'm 7 or 8 at that point, and skateboarding is not my thing. I'm just I'm trying to do everything else, because I couldn't figure it out, so it bothered me. And then when I turned 13, this kid Ryan, I had moved to Sacramento to get out of Oakland. This kid Ryan, I want to say Black Label for some reason. Maybe he had a Black Label or a Dark Star board, and he would let me take his to school because he had just got a new Complete. And I had never even seen a skate shop. I was just dang, this skateboard's way faster than mine. I got another one too. I forgot. I went to Walmart and got another board with clear wheels that went faster when I turned 10 or 11. But I was it was going faster, so I learned how to push better. But I didn't know how to do any tricks, so I gave up again. So 2 more years, I start. When I turned 13, I'm riding that Dark Star board in Sacramento, and then we go to the skate park that was called YOLO Skate Park. It was one of those wooden prefab, bad, but it had everything you needed. It was actually sick. I take that back. It wasn't bad. And I was trying to get on the stuff, and I couldn't really ollie that well, and I was like, dude, this is annoying. And then so I didn't gravitate to I was with my boy Trino Marcato, Ryan, Devin Stone, and Anthony Salazar was our skate crew.
Shout out.
In middle school. And then I started just kind of being on bad stuff again. So then, yeah.
I got to get a photo of you real quick. Okay, so you're in Sac at 13?
Was Sacramento from 10 to 14, yeah.
Okay, and then I heard that your grandma lives kind of close to the mag, or she did?
Yeah, she did. So that was the house I was raised in.
Hunters Point?
Hunters Point on Keefe Street, yeah. So it's an L from the mag. So my whole life, while y'all was just open, in 92, your boy had got, damn, I just revealed how old I am, but yeah.
Well, you can cut anything out, too. I swear.
So around the corner, was the magazine. And my grandma had heard about it. It was weird. I remember one time when I was super young, she was like, there's some skating something over here. I don't know what it is. She used to always say that, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. But so when I leave Sacramento after I'm getting in trouble again, I come back to San Leandro.
Yeah.
Then I go to Thrasher Skate Park. I live close by there.
Thrasher Boys.
Yeah, that's where that originated from. All the boys that grew up at that park was our origin. But then my grandmother was like, hey, do you want a better skateboard? And she took me over to Skate on Hate and bought me a board because I didn't know about FTC. I didn't know about anything. She just she just heard of Skates on Hate. She looked it up in the phone book. I remember we were in the phone book looking for stuff. Yeah, it kind of goes back. And then we went over there. She bought me a Plan B Complete, man, I'll never forget that. That board was awesome. So yeah, and then she would move her car to the garage, and I would just learn flat ground. I learned my first kickflip at school.
Oh yeah.
So I went to like
in
this,
front of people.
Yeah, and I was like at this high school that was like one of those what do you call it? Like where they like start them up. They're not like a legit high school. It's like Bill Gates had started these schools, and one of the school, he like bought this school, charter schools, and they had this big play area, and I was like, yo, like there's no basketball hoop, there's no nothing, like can we skate in here? And they were like, yeah, you guys can skate all the way in the back. And then me and this kid, I think I want to say his name was Javier. He would do boneless 360s, and I was like, that's gross. I had just got out of my boneless phase. I was like, bro, I need to learn how to kickflip. And I was trying it with my boy Giovanni, and then I went to school and I landed my first one, like feet on the floor, but flipped all the way over, both my feet on, heels, toes touching the ground. I was like, so I went home and I was like, Gio, I know how to kickflip. I'm lying, I don't know how to kickflip. I just landed kind of on one.
Yeah.
Go to the bowl across the street, good ass ground in that bowl at Thrasher, because it's like that's the only smooth part. Fully landed one. He was like, oh, you're good now, because Gio couldn't kickflip. He tried for like 3 years, he never could. He was like 6'4" or 5. He was huge, and he just couldn't kickflip. So when I did one, he was like, oh, you're good, and I was like, I am, and I was like, okay. So I learned how to kickflip. It was November of a long time ago.
Did that seem to kind of like spark something extra that was like, oh, I'm with this now? Like, there's got to be a moment for you where you're skating kind of, you're doing soccer, basketball, everything, and then all of a sudden you're like, skateboarding.
Yeah.
And so is that the landing kickflip?
That kickflip was like the reason, because when I moved to San Leandro, it was during the Super Bowl of 2004 or 5, and I took my scooter over there, because I had one of them like Razor 2000s with the wheelie bar. And I had dropped in and it was too easy. And I was like, yo, what the hell? I don't like how I just came over here and know how to do it already. And then when I tried the skateboard, it didn't work. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. Because I don't like when things come easy. Like, that's not my thing. Sure. My whole life, I'm just like, if it's like too easy, I'm not. If I,
Yeah,
like,
have there's no challenge, otherwise everyone can do it.
Exactly. If there's no learning curve, like I didn't have to learn how to do too much. I was just like, I left the scooter at home and I would just take my skateboard. And then I tried to learn how to drop in and busted my entire shit in half. And I was like, I love this. That was what did it. And that was 4 or 5 months before the kickflip. That made me, that fall, dropping in, made me like, yo, I'm about to do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's kind of your first park, outdoor cement park, you don't realize how shitty it is probably. You probably are like, oh, this is a rad park.
It's
but then
right
later looking back at it, you're like, oh, there,
this is gross.
It was a hard park to skate.
Yeah, 100%.
But did you see anybody come through that fucked it up?
Yeah, it was this dude named Jake Steinprice. He was Flow for Think back in the early 90s.
Okay.
He was super good. So, like, we were watching him slide all his tricks. While we were learning like axle stalls and feeble stalls, he would feeble grind fakie and front 50 the whole thing and 5-0. And he'd be like, you got to do the whole thing. Point to point is what he used to say. He'd be like, in the end is like the trick. You stalling it is not the trick. Because I used to come up with all these stalls, Smith the tail stall and, rock to, like all blunt rock.
Yeah.
And he was just like, that's not it. You got to slide everything.
We used to call that disco dancing.
Yeah.
Like fakie, hang up, and then go Smith.
Yeah, that shit's sick now. But it's like at that time, he was like, you got to grind it all. And he was just like molding all of us. He would give us all his old boards. He worked construction, so he would give me all his old hand-me-downs as well, too. Because the first time like I skated with him, he was like, dude, because I was like, trying to do, the drop-in kid. I was that kid that day when he got there just for his regular session. And I did it, and I landed. That was my first time dropping in. He gave me $3. I went and bought 2 double stacks, and then he gave me 2 boards and a set of Ventures and classic Spitfires. And I was like, oh, these are all the things. So he like took me back to his truck. He had like old boards and he gave, and I had 2 completes. And everybody's like, damn, Gary's sponsored now. And I was like, kinda, it's like, it's all in like this first 6-month period this all happening to me.
Wow.
Like of like trying to skateboard for real at the park. So then Jake put me on. And then there was like this myth about this kid named Jordan and this kid named Titus and Armand. These 3 dudes that were like, everybody was talking about. Like, it was like, oh, you ever seen them skate? And I'm like, what? And it's like Armand Wesley, Jordan Sanchez, and Titus Green. Because Titus, Yeah, I'm going too far now, but that Titus was like good at switch. So he had switch trade the pillars at the high school, so that was like his story.
Okay.
And switch big flipped them too. It was like this little drop thing. It was like small, but it was.
This is in high school?
This is all in high school. So he's like switch train, switch big flipping. But then Armand is like supposedly ollied this 10 stair that was like a myth, and like 180 nose grinder.
Oh, there's the like, this guy did that, but maybe it didn't happen.
Maybe it didn't happen. Still never seen it. Nobody was filming those dudes at the time.
Phil, I don't know if you know the Phil Shao.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
he
who
came
Jake,
up. I filmed him do the pivot on the fence back in, and then ollie over into the slant bank.
Yeah, that's who Jake used to tell us about. So I used to. This is 2006, 7. So I used to be like, go find Phil Shao stuff, and I would like look at the pictures. And there's like one picture of him at Thrasher back in the day at the skate park. And he used to tell me like Phil Shao. He was like, he was the sickest dude. And I was like, damn, like where is he? He's like, he's gone, but he was beast. And I was like, damn, bro, like that's fucked up. Like, so yeah. Yeah,
that's the homie.
I was always put on the Phil Shao and like asking people about Phil Shao stuff, because he used to be like, bro, he used to fly through this park, and the park sucks. So anybody that was able to get 3 or 4 feet out of those hips is like,
yeah. Totally. Well, when does, is there no local skate shop in San Leandro in that area?
Yeah, there is. It's Orbit.
Okay.
So Orbit on East 14th is like where I started to go. I go Skates on Hate. I'm like, this is the shop I go to. Because I used to go to the Boys and Girls Club, it was just crazy. I went to the Boys and Girls Club on Page when I was 11 through 13. I went all those years. My grandmother used to take me over there to go to the Boys and Girls Club. Skates on Hate's right there.
Yep.
Tacos on the Roses on the corner. Never went into the, never knew about the skate shop. Like, never knew about skating in the skate shop. Like, it was just right there. Then when she was looking for the shop, that's how I found it. So that just clicked for me right there. But then I go to Orbit when I was 15. Oh, I went to a Think demo. That's how I found Orbit. The Think demo that was in the back, or a City demo that was in the back. That's how I found Orbit in 9th grade. My boy Patrick was taking this girl, like my brother, my best friend, he was taking this girl to a date over there. And he was like, bro, come with us. We about to go to this demo. And it was the City team. That's like where I met like Jack Curtin. I think Cody McIntyre. I met a bunch Jeremy Reeves. I met like hella people
Maybe
that day.
Jimmy Cow.
Yeah, I don't, bro.
I forget who's on there.
It was 2000.
Was that the first time you saw like dudes that were doing it in the wild?
Yeah, that was the first time I seen skateboarders that were like supposed to skateboard ever. And I was like, oh, okay. Besides like my boy Jake. Yeah. But he was like a park local. Like, he was like, he worked construction. He had a regular job. It wasn't like he was but he was hella good. And everybody like knew about Jake in our area too. Like all the other would be like, yeah, this bald dude comes here. He's all tatted up and shit. It's not him. But it's like, which is crazy about him is like, but so I go to that City demo in the back of Orbit, and I'm like, what's this place? And they're like, this is the skate shop. I go inside. I'm loud as shit. The dude Sal that owned it always kicked me out for years. Like the first year, if he was there, if Sal was there, I had to get out. But if it was like John or Jason, I got to stay. But yeah, so that was how I found the skate shop. And I was like, this is here, what the hell? So I would take the bus over there and try to never be able to afford anything, but I would go to that skate shop.
Right. Were you getting into some shit? Like, because me and my crew, we would always go for some reason into the magazine shops and steal magazines and stuff. Like, we stole a lot when we were kids. I hate to say it, but it's true. Yeah. Like, would you try to like get some stuff that way when you go into the shop?
I never stole. I don't believe in stealing. Okay. At all. Like,
I know, I'm bummed.
That's like my thing.
Like, yeah.
I got into other shit. Like, I did other like delinquent things, but like as far as people stuff.
No, I mean out of shops.
Yeah, exactly, like people's stuff. Like, that's like somebody's store and stuff. Like they bought it. Like I always felt like something terrible would happen to me if I stole. So I just never, even like wheels or a sticker. Like I just never did it. Okay. That was like my thing. Like I can admit it too.
You were raised well.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
What I like about you, I want to tell you this while it's on my mind, is every time you go somewhere, You come into the room and you look someone in the eye and you shake them and shake their hand. Yeah. When we had the Sodi party the night before the Christmas party, you walked in and you went up to every employee like, I'm here, how you doing? Yeah. That means a lot, man. That's like respect.
Thank you, brother.
And I really appreciate that about you. And when you come visit, you know, at the mag, you don't just like cool guy it to one guy and then get your check and bounce. You're like, what's up, dudes? You check in and
see
like,
how everybody's doing.
Yeah, and I respect that a lot.
So my grandmother, who lived, her name's Ollie. Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah, my big mama's name was Ollie. So
no way.
Yeah, so she was like, you know, old school, and then my dad, super old school. It's like my mom was a little more traditional today, but like still like had a level head. My mom used to always teach me certain things like about stealing and stuff like that. Like my dad never had to tell me about that type of stuff because I just look at him like, that dude will kill me. Let me not. You feel me? But yeah, just like it was always about like eye contact and just like a firm handshake and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was one of the first things I was taught too. Is like, and Jake Phelps used to always say that. It's like, look them in the eye and shake their hand. Like that was so important, and like I think it is so important. Yeah, it's cool.
First time I got a Potrero when I'm 15. I think that's when they built Potrero. I was either 15 or 16. I met Jake. And he fucking threw a bushing at my head.
Really?
Yeah, he was changing the board, and I was like, Phelps. I just said, Phelps. Like I was starstruck. He was like, yep. And he said, and I was like, awesome. And I just went back and go skated.
So when you're growing up as a kid, what kind of kid are you? Are you like loud and crazy and talking shit on people? And whole, like this has been your whole MO the whole time?
Life. That was like the personality I had, but it got me in a lot of trouble. Because I was like small, so like motherfuckers want to beat me up and shit like that. And like
the teacher wants to send you to the office.
I got kicked out of every school I've ever been in, all the private schools. So I went to Shipwreck on 3rd, and I got kicked out of there, and I used to just get removed because I was just like intense. Like my personality is intense, and I would like talk as much shit as possible, you know. And I got jumped in like 1st grade one time. Well, actually, it wasn't a successful jumping. Like it was like the sickest thing. Like I was like a fucking school hero after this because these kids had all grew up together. Romaine, Joseph, Bryce, and these other. I'd never forget this type of shit. Fuck that fly. Fuck that fly. Romaine, Joseph, Bryce, these dudes had all grew up together. And they were trying to accept me in the friend group, but I wasn't like their friends, so they was like trying to tease me, and they took my lunchbox and stuff. But I was already like talking crazy, like, you ain't nobody, like I'm already talking, I'm not as like skilled as I am now with it, but I'm like still like louder like than everybody, or like could think on my feet faster than what they would say. So they just got mad and wanted to take my backpack off, and they all were trying to hit me and take my stuff. And I grabbed all my stuff and I like pushed them all like while they were on me. Everybody in the field was watching, and they were like, okay. So now I got like respect from all them. They like took me in like, you didn't let us just like kind of get on you, Sauce. My grandma came to the school, and everybody thought she was gonna like kind of put me in trouble. And then the field lady was like, they was all messing with him, Ollie. He's all good. And I was like, what the hell? Like, so when I got suspended, I got to go home, got to get McDonald's and shit. That day was lit. But like, just as a kid, like every like daycare I went to, like I would try to get in some shit. I just wanted to be terrible. Like I loved Tupac and Suge Knight when I was really little. Tupac had like just died, and I just thought everybody used to talk about it. And I was like, all right, I want to be like that. Like I want to be, you know, for me, I want to be
Thug
like
life
type shit without the stomach tattoo. So and then Suge Knight was like this enforcer on the TV. So I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, like I want to be like that. Didn't work because I'm tiny, so everybody I'll fight would beat me up. You feel me? Yeah. I was like, all right, don't want to fight nobody, but I could talk better than them. Like I will always just like the gift of gab. I always had it, so that was just like the kid I was.
Okay, so what is it that brings you into Metro and meet Joel? Is it the mini ramp, or do you get kicked out of your local shop and you gotta go fight another one?
Damn near, but that's actually not it. The thing is I'm 15 turning, fucking hate it. I'm 15 turning 16, and Joel comes to Thrasher with Daniel Dubois, with Daniel Dubois, and not Duffel yet. He comes with Daniel Dubois and I think Matty Hunt or something. I'm like 16, and they're skating the park, and the park sucks, but they are doing stuff, and I've never seen nobody go there that I haven't seen. use the park well. Daniel's doing an ollie 360 into the bank off the thing, and you know, I'm like, what the hell? Like, this kid's my size and shit. Like, he was like 3 years younger than me though. I was like, damn, Daniel's a beast. Like, what the hell? And then Joel's like hella nice. He was hella nice. He didn't know me, but he was hella cool. He was like, yeah, man, like, we're just skating, we're gonna chill. You know, I'm like aggressive because I'm just like, whoever's good, I'm like, I want to be your friend so I can learn how to skateboard. You know, and I get the energy I was given, which was like accepting, but it was like, let us skate. I learned that from just meeting him. Like, when good people come around to the thing, like the pros is one thing, they have to kind of like accept it because they're pros. So the city demo didn't teach me that. I see Joel and they're like doing their own thing. I was like, I just start watching. I'm talking a lot, but I'm just watching. So I skate, and then I see him again at Tennyson. He brings Corey Duffel. And then my boys are tripping when Duffel walked in. I had no idea who he was. They're tripping. All my friends are like, dude, it's Corey Duffel. Like, the couple friends I had there. And I was like, I already know the other guy. Didn't know his name. I didn't know Joel's name at the time. I was like, I already know the other guy. He's like my friend. Like, that's what I'm telling them. I was like, and Daniel. I knew Daniel. I don't think Daniel was there, though. I think I asked for Daniel. And he's like, he just brought Corey. They're skating there. And I was like, damn, this is sick. A couple months go by, and my boy was like, yo, we got to go out to Metro. My boy, Mikey Matamoros. This is like turning 17-ish. It's like a year goes by, and then I turn 17. He's like, we got to go out to Metro. But nobody had a car. And then like Bart, we didn't know the route. I had never went really like anywhere too because I just didn't have money to go nowhere. And he was like, he gets a car and we go and skate the mini ramp. Like 17, 18, start skating transition. Joel's just like, yo, like, rock, like this, you can always come. And you know, it used to cost $5 and I'll be like, oh man, I don't got it. He's like, go ahead, bro. Joel used to just let me skate. And I was like, damn, this is dope. Like, I get to just be in here. You know, I never got product or nothing. That was like the thing, but I always felt so much sicker that I could skate the ramp. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over here showing them my report cards. Like, I'm doing good in school and shit. It's just, it's hilarious, bro. But I like go to the skate premieres. I went to Red Asphalt. I brought the energy. Like, everybody was like hyped on me. I got a clip in Brendan's video. This dude Brendan, you know Brendan Bill. Yeah. I'm in Brendan's old videos. Like, I'm doing stuff. I'm like making YouTube stuff that's like low quality with like this fucking camera that you can get with cereal box tops. This is what my boys used to call it. Like, all this stuff was just happening, bro. So then I go over to Metro at 17, skating the ramp a bunch for like a year and a half. And then, yeah, that's what like took me to Metro was the 2 times meeting him. Then my boys saying like, we got to go to Metro because like this Orbit thing is not a legit shop. And then the 501, the 510 dudes just like, when we went over there, we went to Berkeley one time and it was like a mission to get there. And then when we got there, they were just like not talking, like, you know, like just regular shop energy, you know, like you'd be in there all day, barely people come, it's different. Love them dudes, but we were just kids with no money too. Like, we going in there, I get it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not like they hated on us or nothing. It was just, I was like, damn, I came hella far and they not fucking with me. Like, this is crazy. So like, when the bros telling me like, yo, we gotta go to Metro, they're like a legit shop. They're just like 510, they're just somewhere else. And I was like, all right, I'll go. He's like, it's in Pleasant Hill. I'm like, damn, this gotta be like hella far is what it feels like. It's a 25, 30-minute drive. Yeah. But just when you don't go nowhere, like, yeah, so that's what took me over to Metro. It was just meeting Joel at my local. Then when I started skating Tennyson to get better, and then him popping up over there, and then the homie saying, oh, we gotta go. And then seeing him in there.
So like, you didn't know, you had met him before, and then when you went to the shop, you didn't know he was at the shop.
I didn't know he was gonna be at the shop. So when I go in there and I see him, I'm like, what the hell? Like, I keep running into this dude, and they have all these things, like they're doing actual videos. They're like, all this stuff is happening. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
so did they have at that time, the YouTube channel? 2000 and. I'm not. Yeah, there is the YouTube, but it's light. It's not where it was. Okay.
I think 9, 10 is when it all changed. Like, it was really about filming for Red Asphalt at that time. We started watching clips because I think I followed it on MySpace or something, and then I already had been able to see stuff on the early days of YouTube, but it wasn't like the YouTube channel of Metro.
Right.
Like how it was. And then that stuff, Red Asphalt comes out, all these things start happening. Like, ew,
is that right around the time where Thrasher Boys come, like, where you guys? Or
Thrasher Boys started in 2007.
Yeah. And that was around 2004 or 5, you're saying, right?
What?
The shop stuff at Metro.
No, this is 2008, 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was all me going to Metro and stuff like that.
And what about the Bay Area, like, as a whole? Like, are you noticing, like, are you having some, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in Oakland, you got Chubby and D and them, and like in San Francisco, there's different crews in different areas.
Take it back. There you go. I met Major Jones.
Major, yeah.
He went to Thrasher.
That's the homie.
So Major would also teach me how to skate. Besides Jake, I met Major before Jake. Major came one time, was ripping, disappeared. Came back after I started learning stuff, and it was like, yo, this is this trick, and kind of like walked me through it. Disappeared again. I seen Major like 3 times. He was like another myth story, like, bro, that dude's like about to go pro and stuff like that. So Major was a person. I met D when we went over to the Costco's ledge one time, because we started being like, we got to go to spots. You can't just be at the skate park. Like, seems like everybody's videos is at like ledges and stuff. We got to go over there, you know?
Yeah.
So we go up over there, and D's front crooking the whole Davis ledge. So I met D, and he was like, I'm about to get on Deluxe. And I had heard about Deluxe, but I didn't know about it, because it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never went up over there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's sick. Okay, so then what's the origin story with the show, Skateline? How does that all come about? Like, are you doing some shorts on YouTube and stuff, and it progress, and then you guys, like, what were you doing that led into this?
So in that 17, 18 range, going to the premieres, the YouTube's kicking off, me and Joel are always just like kicking it now. Like, I'm just like around the shop, and they're doing stuff, and I'm like, damn, I'm wanting to do stuff, but I don't know how to ask. And Joel's like, I think he can read it. He's like, bro, come on, I got stuff for you. We're gonna do like these trick tip videos. It's called How to Do What. So he takes us to this dude named Gary's house, and then Gary just like has like this little playback thing, and I like put the mic on, and he was like, all right, we're just gonna kind of press record and go. And then he was like, watch this. Joel's like giving me like notes, like watch this, and then say how you would say it, like a voiceover. I think Snoop Dogg had just did it for National Geographic. I don't know if that was before or after, but there was like a thing where I like tapped into that, and I'm just like doing the trick tip, just saying just ridiculous shit. Like, we did it in 4 or 5 takes, just like full video, full like 2 minutes. That's like while he's on the screen for Taylor Kennedy. And then that was like a local hit. People were like, this is funny, this is funny, this is funny. So we do another, I think we did another one. And then Joel's like asking me for a year, like, bro, we need to do something. He's just asking me like, Gary, hey, because I keep coming to the shop, not really on shit. Got like a little light job. I'm like doing better. He's like, dude, we should do something. Like, our YouTube, they had just won the contest, and I'm like, I'm sitting here like, yeah, man, yeah, you know how you do. But I'm like, I don't really fucking know. Like, I'm kind of creative, but I don't have like his mind where he's like making all this stuff. He's like, I got an idea. I want to do like a news show. And you would do like a full thing, and I was like, oh, can I like stand up and dance and be animated? He's like, nah, you're gonna get a desk, we're gonna get you a suit, and then he's like, and then you're gonna have that same energy from How to Do What. And then he thinks of the name, he's like, we're gonna call it Skateline. Like, he made it up in like another conversation, and then it was like, boom, when the next time I came out there, we started going, which is on my grandmother's birthday, not my big mama, my other grandmother's birthday. The first episode of Skateline happened on my grandma Lucille's birthday. Oh. Yeah. May 31st, 2012. Yeah. So it was like, it was meant to be. Yeah. So that's how it came up. It was just like from Joel's mind of like him creating, he like did like a short film, Western. Like, he's just creating shit at this point. Right. And he just added me to his like whole like plethora of like, yo, we should just randomly do it. It flowed out. Like, when we were having that like, what should we really do? I was like 19, and I'm bullshitting. I was like, I'm just bullshitting. I'm about to turn 20. I turned 20. We talked again. And yeah. Oh. And then it just happened. We filmed that one. He let me sit there and freestyle again. He would say jokes this time, not like how to do what. Like, it was just all like, go ahead, Gary. But then he was like helping me be like, you can't just ramble. You have to structure a thing behind your rambling. What's the best of your rambling? And it was just fucking like.
So in the beginning, you're kind of just creating it. Are you doing it off of, like now you pretty much, it's kind of like the soup where this week in skateboarding, right?
That was exactly what we thought. It was like the soup. You remember the soup, the show? Yeah, it was like that.
I loved it. What was the guy's name? I forget his name, but the dude was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And, but like, let's say this week is Sheckler's Park comes out. You're talking on that.
Yeah.
Was that how it was?
Well, it wasn't that current because at that time, stuff didn't come out like that. Like when we did that skate line, we could talk about something that might have happened like a month or two ago, a little bit ago, but then mostly always like whatever was recent would be like our main thing that we would try to talk about. But it wasn't like, I can't remember stuff being that current at that time.
Right.
But yeah. And
turnaround production wise, I think it's become a lot more like, okay, the cameras and everything's a lot quicker with everything, but the Metro YouTube already had a good following, right?
Yeah.
So once you went in, you were going to get views right out of the gate 100%. Because of their following. But I'm sure like you're hearing some reaction at, going around and stuff. Like, can you feel like, oh, people are vibing on this?
Hell no, I didn't really go out. Like I would be at Metro and I'd be at the house.
That's it. So you're going off message board? Comments?
Yeah, nah, not even.
Or would you stay away from comments?
I'm going off Joel being like, yo, like people kind of rock with it, and then I'd like start to look at the comments, because like for me, a thing that I don't like to do is hear what people have to say about the thing, because it doesn't really matter. Like I don't. Like that was like a thing I was on like when I was like younger, because I didn't like social media, like how people like comment under a picture like ugly or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I was like, when I create this thing, I'm gonna just do it and I don't care. Like I'm not finna sit here. And then he was like, this is getting a good reaction. And then we filmed a second one, and then that was like, hey, we're gonna be on this ride channel thing. Like these people
after the second one.
Yeah, after the second one, the first or the second one.
They actually called it the first one.
The first one. There we go. But he said we're gonna film one more on Metro, and then that's what the second one was. He was like, we're gonna film one more, because I think it's only two or three might be on Metro.
I think it's only two.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah. So I don't even have time to really react. This 2 weeks, we did 2 episodes of this, and then I'm like, we take like maybe like 3 weeks off to like transition into the whatever the Ride Channel episodes will be, like in June or something.
And are you a kid that's just, I've seen this in skateboarding all the time, where the kid is so hyped to be a part of something that they're not really worried about like the financial stuff and stuff?
Bro, I didn't give a fuck. Like I was like,
let's do this.
I turned 17 and 17, 18, I'm like, damn, I'm solidified with Metro. They're killing it. I get to go to all the premieres. I get to come to the Suchu premiere for the Transworld video, like meet Suchu, flip out. Chris Ray wants to take pictures of me for Transworld at the time. I don't care about like, yo, Joel, I gotta eat, man. I'm not like on that. I'm just like, I'm with Joel. He backing me. He protecting me. He's not letting no bullshit happen. We're just filming and doing the thing. Like, obviously, like, made sure everything was taken care of on another end. He always has. So that was cool. But like, I was not on some like, I didn't care about shit. I just wanted to pull up, film the episodes, and then we would fucking, have a drink and chill, and that was it.
Did you, at that time working through that, did you ever encounter or interact with Tony Hawk?
Not in the original, nah. I didn't meet Tony till I went to Woodward, and it was like a surprise.
Oh.
Like I went up to Woodward West, and
about the Tony Hawk dinner or the Tony Hawk.
Oh my God, yes, man, that was like a win. Oh my God, I barely remember that story, but we went out to LA. We stayed with the homie, and we were supposed to go to this dinner, and we like went either the next day or like hours wrong. We'd either went like, it was supposed to be like the day before at that time, or we were the wrong hour, but we went to the right restaurant. So I didn't get to meet him. And this was early, like they were trying to get us to meet him
early. For 20 under Tony Hawk? Oh, they were here last night.
Type shit, bro. So we were just sitting there like, oh, what the hell? That's crazy.
Because
I forgot all about that. I remember. I was kind of bummed because like, remember, like, mind you, like I played Tony Hawk to get into skateboarding.
That's what I was going to say.
So I'm like stoked on the whole like Ride Channel thing. Like, damn, Tony Hawk trying to like sign me type shit. Like, this is crazy. But it's like, then at the same time, I'm like, nah, like, Tony Hawk not trying to sign me. Like, I'm with Metro. Like, we doing this shit. It's like what came into my head pretty quickly. Like, I never was like, oh yeah, I'm really Ride Channel. I don't know them. They're like down south. Like, we never really got too close to anybody over there. It was like a weird disconnect. But I go to Woodward, bro, I meet Tony Hawk, bro. He flew over me, like on like I took a picture and shit. That was like the.
What do you mean he flew over you? Like
he went on the vert ramp. Yeah, he went on the vert ramp. Yeah, bro. I take a picture and stuff. I'm like, oh shit, like this is my life is. I'm with my brothers. Like we go, we leave. Like I'm acting hella cool and shit. Like, but I'm like low key when I shake his hand, I start tearing up, and he could see it. Cause I'm like, bro, you don't understand what I come from. Like the life I had before meeting you, like didn't look like it. Cause I was always trying to find a way. But I'm like. I come from bullshit. So I'm like, when I meet him, I'm like, bro, thank you, you changed my whole life. Like, I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like, even want to associate with me, you know? But, yeah.
I mean, I think that's interesting that you kind of came from the background that you did, but your first appearance, you're in a tie, a suit, everything looking suave.
Bro.
People are probably like, maybe they're thinking like, oh, this guy's got money, you know, like they don't know what's up with you.
Probably high production. It's like, no, it's on a mini ramp. It's a $4 thrift store suit, a $1.50 tie, a camera from the YouTube contest that they had, the mics and stuff from that. It was like already there. We spent SKATELINE to start cost $5.50. As far as like what we needed to start SKATELINE cost $5.50.
That's what's up.
And a BART ticket like every week to get over there.
I mean, that's how it feels, just so authentic when you're, same thing as skating, like going out and building your own shit and learning, like, oh, we did it shitty the first 15 times, 16th time we nailed it, you know what I mean? Like, it's like learning on the fly. But
I really missed that fucking dinner, bro. Fuck.
Tony, one more chance.
Yeah, Tony, come on.
Now I'm sick of him, bro. I be with him too much now. Tony always pull up for me. Yeah, so, but yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm wondering, like, so how long are you with Ride?
A year and 3 months or something like that.
How many?
A year and 3 months.
Oh, okay.
So
for some reason, I thought it was longer.
Nah, it wasn't. It was from.
I thought it was like 2 years.
Nah, it was a year and 3 months. It was. We got on. We did 2 years. So we were on 2012, most of 2012, and then most of 2013. We got on Thrasher August of 2013. I went for a hoodie in June of 2013, and then Tony was, you feel me? Yeah. Yep. So I just went to Thrasher to get a hoodie because they were like, you can go to Thrasher, because I was wearing Transworld stuff, and I was like, and I remember Tyler and all them dudes was wearing Thrasher, and I'm like, bro, like, why don't I rock with Thrasher? Like, this is here. And mind you, in 2008, see, gotta go back real quick. 2008, this is what helped me actually like get noticed. I go to Back to the Berg.
Okay.
Chris Cole wins. Chris Cole wins. Bro, I be forgetting my life.
No, that was a huge day. That was the backside 360
and switch head slam,
and then oh no, and then nope, I'm doing it bolts.
Bro, that shit was nuts. Back to the Berg 2, go there. I sing to Chris Cole. That's how my name starts buzzing through different skate communities in like 2008. Nobody's hitting me up trying to find me or nothing, but like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the Chris Cole kid on the viral video, 2008.
Yeah, so what happened? You're singing or something?
Yeah, I was like Chris Cole. So Chris Cole was there, the camera was there. I seen the camera, but I'm already tweaking because Chris Cole had just like one Sodi. I'm watching Ride the Sky, like I'm already rocking with him. Like I'm already like a huge Chris Cole fan, like at that point. But like, you feel me? He's like taking pictures. Like kids want pictures, camera phones that just came out. Kids are like, oh yeah, and I'm like, oh, your hand's bleeding, but you're still Chris Cole. Like he just won. He's like walking around. I'm like, yeah. I'm like singing, and somebody from Thrasher put it at the end of the thing. And I started telling people I'm the Chris Cole kid, like blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Like this feels like my first viral moment. The video did 250,000 views. I was like, oh yeah, I'm up, I'm famous. Like, everybody know me, like gotta be, nobody knows. Like, but like then people start kind of like catching on, and they're like, oh, are you the? And I was like, yeah, like, and I would just like go to like a skate park and go to Walnut Creek. I remember that. That was in 2008.
Okay.
Yep.
Fuck, that's sick.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I've been at the mag for 25 years, so I saw you doing your thing, and then I see that you're coming to join us. But I never really knew the story, so it's all that you went to get a hoodie and then Tony approached you?
Yeah, I went to get a hoodie, and Tony was like, what's up, bro? Like, I was like, oh yeah, bro, I'm from over here. I'm from right there. My
Thrasher Skate Park.
Yeah.
My grandma lives down the street.
Down the street.
And I live in Northern California.
he's like, what are you doing with that show, man? Like, what are y'all doing with that? Like, what's going on? He was like, oh, I'd love to have that. He like says that. He didn't say I'd love to have that. He said, that'd be sick if you did it with us. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because I think the Thrasher YouTube is just getting going like on a consistent level.
Yep.
It's not like that yet. Like, it's still just big videos, big interviews, big whatever, like classics.
Right.
Hall of Meats. Like, it's like scattered, but there's no real like, and then the Double Rock started.
Yep.
And then like, yeah, so like stuff like that. And then he's like, oh, look, and I'm like, all right, cool. Like, so I go back and tell Joel, like, yeah, I think Thrasher wants to do the show. He's like, he didn't doubt it. He's just like, what? Like, it just didn't make sense because I only went there to try to get a hoodie. I went to Deluxe to get a board, and I went to Thrasher to get a hoodie because I just wanted like product. You feel me? And then when he says that, I was like, yeah. So then they talked, and then the rest is history.
The rest is history.
August 2013.
Is there any different standards or any different emotions or nerves like in the beginning going from Ride to Thrasher? Like, is it the same?
Hell no, I just feel like it's like more legit. That's all it feels like. Like, I'm like, damn, now I'm a part of skateboarding instead of YouTube.
Right.
Like,
now you're going to events.
What?
Now you're going
now to events, yeah. Like, because I didn't do nothing with Ride. Like, I didn't get invited. I don't remember doing much with Ride. Like, mind you, like, Tony Hawk's doing this thing. They doing a bunch of stuff, but I don't get like, hey, go to this or go to that. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then Thrasher's like, yeah, you can go here and go there, you know? And I'm like, all right. But I just felt, the only thing for me personally, I was like, damn, I just feel like I'm a part of like this thing. And I don't even, not that I don't understand the magnitude of like Thrasher and what's going on. Like, I fully did, but it was like, I didn't understand what was about to happen to me as like a person. It went from just like, you know, the nappy Afro kid making jokes to like, oh, we respect you now, you know? Because like, whatever we said on Ride for that year, people didn't like. I was getting shit. Like, I got shit with like Sinner and like Janowski and stuff like that. Like they didn't like that. Like, that wasn't like, you know, it was like, who the hell are you to talk? When I get on Thrasher, everybody's like, oh, okay.
So Thrasher kind of gave it validation?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
So like, let's go back, because I know you got into some with Stefan. I'm not sure what happened, but since you went to Thrasher, you never had that kind of incident?
Nah.
You've never offended anybody like through Thrasher?
Not where they try to say they was going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
not that I can recall. I don't think the LE type of stuff that was happening back in the day was on Thrasher. I think that might have been Ride Channel stuff, but I also don't really remember. But it's been cool.
What happened? Can we talk about the Stefan thing?
Oh yeah. So this is why I don't take your inside stories. People, don't give me no story from the inside. Somebody from over there, I'm not gonna say where, because I'm not 100% sure, but somebody gave us an inside like, yo, Stefan just made a whole bunch of money on his name. He like sold his name off to Nike. They said it wrong. I get what they meant now that I understand business. All he did was sell off the royalties to the shoe. Like, just to Nike, like for a one-time payment. He didn't sell his last name or however, but we was like, he sold his name, and I was like, that was because that was what we heard. He sold his name for this much. We said something. He got on a interview on the free lunch shit and was like, this kid doesn't know anything and like running his mouth and shit. Stefan Janowski taught me how to tray flip when I was 17 at Castlemont Skate Park. He told me how to flick it, and I landed two in front of him, and then he gave me a hoodie that Suchu left in the van, a Habitat hoodie. So I was like kind of hurt. I was like, damn, this is like this dude that's like sick, has the #1 shoe in the world, and he's like bagging on me. And I don't really get in my feelings about what people say. But like when I meet you and you feel cool, like I thought in my head, he gonna remember me. I'm Gary. Like I was the huge Suchu fan. Like this is before skate. This is 5 years before SKATELINE. He just fucking forgot me. I only seen him once.
Right.
But when he says that, I'm like you gonna get at me? So he said it on the free lunch, and then I was like, yo, like when I see Stefan, like it's up. Like I'm gonna defend myself. You're not finna talk about me, and this is what happened. I heard it from your people that this is what you did. Like, don't try to mess my shoe. Because I was like, he has so much power, he probably gonna ruin it all for me. And I'm like, if I go back starving, I'm gonna be hot. Like, I would be hot. So, yeah, that was...
But did you guys end up squashing it?
Yeah, at Copenhagen last year.
Okay.
Yeah. He took his glasses off and everything. I was dead serious. I was looking at him. Bro, when I tell you I seen Stefan, we was near the water. It's the last day. And, like, I'm with Tim O'Connor. And Tim O'Connor, dummy laughing. Like, he laughing like... Hey, Gary, meet Stefan. He's like, Stefan's over here saying you don't like him. I was like, bro, because I don't. I said it like, I was like, I don't. He was like, you laughing, bro. I was like, I told Tim O'Connor, I was like, you think it's funny? He's like, Gary, he's trying to like laugh it through. I'm like, bro, it's not funny. I don't like him. I don't like him. And then Stefan walks up. He's like, Gary, what's the problem? He's like, what's the issue, man? Like, he's like, what's the? And I was like, bro, like, you said something a long time ago. I was like, I'm doing well now, but I got like, you were on top of the world. I was just some kid trying to eat, like doing a little funny show. And I thought his interview was gonna be taken so seriously because those free lunches used to do really well. Those like interviews, bro, I can't stand flies, bro. I hate them. Like,
gotta get Miyagi in here.
That's what I'm saying. Fuck. But yeah, so like I'm like talking to him for like, we talked for like 45 minutes, like straight, like man to man, because I'm like thinking in my head, like I really want to like, I want to. You feel me? At the time.
Right.
Just because it was built up all these years, I haven't seen him.
That was the first?
I never saw, that was the first time I was standing. And I told everybody I ever knew, like, when I see Stefan Janowski, like, I'm going to see what's up with him, like, if he feel that same way. Because I was like, he's got to be, like, bummed on me. Like, he's got to, and he's taller. I was like, he's a big guy. He's not, like, little. Like, so we could do this. That's, like, my thing, you know?
Right.
And then he was just like, man, I'm so sorry, bro. Like, I was just saying, like, you were just, like, new on the scene, and it just seemed like you were hating on me, and I was just doing well, and your show was doing, and I was like, oh, shit, like, I guess I ain't never even seen it like that. I only saw it from one side. I only saw it from you to do with the Nike, I'm the kid that's hungry trying to be funny with my friends. That's it. That's all I saw it as. But, like, Skateline is doing just as well as free lunches at the time. Yeah, we're a little bit under that, I think. You know what I'm saying? Like, they might be doing like 80K in a week. We're doing like 60. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, like it was kind of like audience versus audience, and he's trying to defend himself and not look like he's this sellout when he's trying to exist in skateboarding. So I had to feel his point of view, but I was just like, bro, like I just used to think of like the what if. For some reason that gave me a chip on my shoulder. Like, what if what you said, people's like, oh, we don't want to rock with him no more. Then I gotta go back and like be on the streets with my cousins and like my friends and shit and like doing dumb shit. And I'm like, damn, you know?
Right.
But I didn't.
Yeah, I don't understand how you don't, like for me, I really try hard not to look at comments at all. But you're in the comments. You're responding. How do you like, I mean, there's got to be some that are fucking shitty comments.
Well,
because everybody talks shit and everybody wants to be a hero. But I always say this, and this is maybe just me, but if you got 200 comments, 100...
I'm going to kill it, bro. On the podcast. That's going to be like my mission for the podcast. I want Miyagi to shit out of this fly. Here, come here. Come your ass over here. All right, go ahead.
But let's say you got 200 comments. 199 are fucking, this guy rules. There's one comment that says,
sorry,
fuck
Schmitty.
this dude.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's all good. But if there's one comment out of 200 that say, fuck this dude, that's the only one I'm going to remember.
I don't care about that, though.
I know. How do you, that's what I'm saying.
So,
because you're looking at the comments and somebody's like, Gary Rogers sucks. He ain't even funny, blah, blah, blah. Like some negative bullshit.
Yeah, bro. Because, like, this is how I look at it. First off, like, I had to get, like, tough skin, like, just growing up naturally. But then, like, when I got into that world, I think the thing that like that I said to myself one day was like, these people's opinion don't matter. Like none of these people are about to be on my funeral or my birthday. Like it doesn't. None
of you matter. You know what Clyde Singleton told me?
You feel me?
None of these people have done anything.
Like, they don't like, and I'm not saying I'm not saying like they're less than me. Like what they're saying doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like obviously I'm on Thrasher. Obviously, I'm with these people. Obviously, I get to do this, that, and the third. I'm supposed to be here. Obviously, I'm a part of Metro skateboarding. Like, I'm a part of the shit that does matter.
Right.
So if you're downplaying me, it's like, that's just how you feel. I'm a part of all the things that have been sick in skateboarding. So if I'm not funny, somebody thought I was, and I do the numbers, bro. If there is 200 comments of love and 20 of dislike,
outweighs it.
I can lose $20 any day if I have $200.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose $20, but it's like, shit, what the fuck? I still got 180 to live. It's like, it doesn't really, it don't do nothing. But yeah, none of these people got to be on my funeral or my birthday. So I can't take what they say.
It's a good way to live. It just seems like a lot of people have a hard time, including myself. Like in the beginning, I've been with Thrasher since comments were invented. Like I was there before there were comments. Right. And when the comments started, I'd be like, people were coming at me like as a personal, like, his girlfriend's fat or whatever. And you're like, dude, you're talking shit on my girlfriend on the like what? And Jake pulled me aside and was like, dude, everyone's jealous and bitter. Like you're doing something that a lot of people wish they were doing.
Exactly.
And fuck them. Yeah. And at that moment, I was like, okay, you're right.
Exactly.
So,
because it's like my thing is like, if I'm not funny or I'm not this, why haven't you done it? Why are we literally like, you know, some of the first people to do how we're doing what we're doing? Like, obviously. Right. So you didn't do it, it's okay. But I'm not hating on them kids too, because you gotta remember, them kids got lives, they got emotions, they just are commenting on stuff. One comment has bothered me. I got one comment that bothered me for some reason. And it was on like one of our best episodes. Somebody put, "This dude is ruining skateboarding." And that was in like 2016 or 17. And I read that and I was like, oh man. They were like, "This dude is ruining skateboarding." And I was like, that took me for a second. I read that and I was like, why would I be ruining it? Like, I'm just kind of making jokes on the side. And I was like, fuck, like, I sat there for like a day. I was like, dude, am I doing something like wrong to the... It was just one dude. He didn't get hella likes on his comment. It didn't even pop off. It was just like, because I think like loving skateboarding so much, yeah, everybody wanted to talk about me. Fuck me, I don't give a fuck, like for sure. Big lips, whatever, ashy, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a damn. Coming for me and like saying I'm ruining skateboarding was the first comment that got me for like 20 minutes. I was like, damn, bro. That flies on that desk. Can I go smash it? I'm gonna smash it and I'm gonna come right back. Oh shit. I'm gonna go smash it.
We're back with Magic Mind. I got my mind on some magic and magic on my mind. Magic Mind, guys. I just became a Magic Mind ambassador. That's right. Schmitty, a Magic Mind ambassador? How is this possible, you ask? Well, I tried it out and it was actually working. I've been juggling a lot of things lately, guys. I got 2 podcasts, I got a day job, I got a wife, I got a dog that's getting old, I got my parents, I got everyday life. It's crazy out there. But Magic Mind's kind of helped me juggle all those things and prioritize things properly. So I was talking to Magic Mind people because I am a Magic Mind ambassador. And we came up with a little stoke for all my listeners. Basically, they've offered a one-time deal only accessible through the unique link provided in this episode. Click on the link and you can subscribe to Magic Mind and try shots for free, only paying shipping for a trial 3-bottle pack. You can then cancel your subscription anytime to not get charged after 1 month. And it can be complemented with Instagram stories. That's right. Magic Mind is on the Insta. So plug them. The link is at the bottom of the page. That's magicmind.com/SCHMITTRIAL. SCHMITTRIAL with my code SCHMITTRIAL, the same spelling, SCHMITTRIAL. Magic Mind's offering a free 3 trial pack to my listeners with the link in the bottom. Let's go. All right, now back to the show.
And we're back. So let's talk about like Thrasher, this interaction with Jake at Potrero.
Yeah.
And that kind of starts off your, I guess, like knowing who he is and stuff. But now you're working for the mag. Like, what can you tell me about, like, looking back at some interaction with Jake that maybe was hard, and then what's something that you hold dear to you?
Every time I walk in the office, it was like, "What up, kid?" Like, never like a bad face, like always talking to me and dapping me up, or like giving me like the little punches, to, you know, the little love taps to the gut, like, "What you doing? You talking your shit?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I don't know, man. I don't have like a certain conversation or moment, but besides like the 15 when he threw the bushing at me. And I always tell you, like, I was saying, like, I took that moment as like an embrace.
Right.
Because I used to be like that. I was that kid. I was annoying like that. Like, I'll do some shit that piss people off, you know? So when he threw it at me, I was like, oh, this dude, he loved me, bro. Like, this dude's a fan of me. Like, I'm already just this kid. Like, I don't even have the Chris Cole moment. He rocked with me. Like, Jake rocked with me. But as far as like the office.
He never tried to give you no advice or nothing?
He did like little tidbits, but it wasn't crazy stuff. It would always just be like, you stay yourself, do your thing, you know, like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
That, you know, you already know. But this is the one time after I did that X Games in 2017 or 18, I walked in the office and I'm nervous because I'm like, I just did it. I just did the X Games. I'm like, oh yeah, what is he gonna think about this? Like, how's he gonna feel about this? He was like, see you, kid. There you go. And he like went back into his room. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got the Jake nodded on the X Games shit, like, for sure. Cause I was like, you know, that was like one day I took it and I was like, oh shit, okay. I guess what I do, he supports. Cause even when he would come to the premieres and stuff, like I would like put a mic in front of him or something, he always talked to me. He always give me his time. You know, Jake kind of like at premieres, I feel like his energy was kind of like, let me watch my video real quick. I'll fuck with y'all after. But for me, he would be like, all right, I got you, kid. Like, come on. So
yeah,
I'll see.
No, he liked to be on camera too. He loved to ham it up a little bit, and you know, he was. Whatever you want to say about Jake, the one thing you can't say is that he didn't love skateboarding.
Bro.
You know, like that was 100% what his whole life was about until the end. You know, it was like crazy shit. Like, dude, how old was he in his 60s, bombing Dolores? Eating shit at that stuff, like that's fucking some crazy shit.
Fucking gnarly.
So respect.
So much love. And respect.
What's one of the coolest things you've gotten to do though? Like you said, you've done X Games, you've done the dime contest. Like, what's one of the things that you're like, man, that was the shit?
Fuck, man. Coolest things I've gotten to do. The people I've gotten to meet, I guess so. Like the moments, I don't know, but I'll be forgetting my moments. I'll remember it later.
But like one of the events didn't stand out, like because I know the dime ones are sick, and then the FA.
For me, to be co-hosting that Buster Bale when Midler kickflip back lipped,
right?
You know, that to me was like the sick. Like I got.
Was that you and Neckface?
It was me and Neck, yeah. And I was like, I got to host a Buster Bale. Like, what the fuck?
On the Arto rail?
Yeah, I was like, whoa, 2019, I was like, whoa. Mind you, like, I've done like we did the movies, I did the Baller Show and blah, 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 like I did in mid-90s and North Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, bro, hosting that Buster Bale that was pretty up there. Cause it was like, they were like, you're gonna get a mic, you're gonna do it. And I'm like, oh, what? Like, you know, but it was bittersweet cause it was like the first without Jake. And it was just like, you know? And I think about Cinco de Slamo too. This is another good Jake moment to take it back. See, this is how I think of stuff. Like, I go back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jake was about to kick Enzo Gattuso out. He's about to kick him off the thing because he tried to flick a varial heel or a hard flip and it didn't flip right. And I was telling him, I was like, Jake, I gave him one more. You know, Buster Bale's throw the board, get the fuck out of here, get out of my way. I was like, one more for him.
He tried to Kevin Romar him.
Yeah, you feel me? And I was like, one more, and then Enzo wetted it up, and Jake was like, or stuck it. He was like, he looked at me, he looked at Enzo, he was like, ah, and he like, then he started giving him kudos, bro. That shit was fire, bro. At that Cinco de Slamo, that shit was fire.
That was the contest that sparked Jake to order DeCenzo like a pizza. Like he said, he's like, I ordered it like a pizza. Come down and kickflip that double set.
Yeah.
You know, on fucking New Year's Eve. Like, that was insane.
Yeah.
And then did you give an award away too for Sodi, right?
I gave Suchu I forgot. Yeah,
because we got to talk about Suchu. Like, people are telling me, like, you're interviewing him, ask him what his thing with Suchu is. Like, what's...
Suchu's a local. Like, Mark is, like, the best kid from here. So that's what I like. Mind you, like I'm on Facebook, like mention I want to skate with you because I want to always skate whoever's good. Yeah. Joel's super good at transition. Yeah. And he's doing street, but he's like in these days where he's going over to like figure out transition like crazy. You know what I'm saying? He still switch crook and rails and stuff like that. And I'm like, all right, I want to skate with them. And Maddie has this whole bunch of style. I'm learning like style and all these things. But Suchu is in San Jose doing the most bullshit tricks in his mag minutes. Hard flip back tail backside flip. I'm like, yo, this is the guy. I'm watching those early YouTube videos like, dude, I seen future sellouts. I was like, this dude's my size doing fucking all these tricks, big flipping, switch train, like all this stuff. Like, what is happening right now? Like, what? So I was just like, oh, this is the best dude. And he from over here? That's where it started. It was like, he's one of us. Like, because mind you, in the Bay Area, we don't have, like, we've had the best skateboarders ever, But for us, it's always been go fast. And then see Suchu do like the tech stuff that was like happening in like the fully flared and like the down south, but he's from here. He's not like a kid that moved here.
Right.
He's from Saratoga. He's from over, he skated these spots. He went to the Pier 7, he skated in Barker. Like, it's like, oh wow, like I could run into this dude. That's where it started. That was it. He was my age and he did the same stuff as me. Like,
so was that moment when you're giving him the
not same stuff as me, stuff I will never be able to do.
Was that moment at the Sodi party, was it 100% authentic? Like, are you really that emotional, or are you kind of hamming it up?
I'm not emotional.
Okay. That's
because
all
mind you, everything for Mark is like super like genuine.
Yeah.
It's like we played skate at like a Zoomies couch tour in 20 something, fucking 2009 or 10. We just played in the parking lot. I got him one letter, then he skunked me. But like, we like became cool. He won that contest that day. He won a Hometown Heroes the next time. Like, I keep skating with him and I keep seeing him and he just keeps getting better and better. He gets on PAL. He has that a couple tricks in PAL Fun that are like crazy. Everybody's like viral talking about it. It's really genuine. Like, I'm really like, wow, this dude just keeps getting better. He's not quitting. He gets older and he gets better.
Right.
I'm like, he's progressing. He loves skateboarding. Holy shit. Every time you saw Suchu, it was like, what's the new trick he's about to do? Was like what I saw, and I was like, I'm always going to get something new for him, which is something like what Joel has for Guy Mariano. So it's like, I have that in this dude that's like my age. This is sick. So to hand him a Sodi trophy was like, you kept going, bro. Mine, we're 8 months apart. He's in August, I'm January. So it's like, we're literally the same age. So just to see somebody, mind you, I didn't go that far in skating, like as far as like pro or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but I got to stay in the industry that long, and to see him right along and always, that's all we talk about every part. Suchu got better every single time. You know what I'm saying? Cross-continental to the Philly things, to this, to that. He just got better every time. And it was just like, ooh, like, this is beautiful. I'm a part of somebody that just keeps one-upping himself or staying creative or having fucking 10-minute parts and just like, and I get to reward him. He became my friend, you know what I'm saying? And then I get to reward him. It's just like, feel me, Adidas giving me like a special box of shoes for him. And like, you know, mind you, I didn't wear them or nothing like that. I just got the wrong size so I could keep them on ice. Because this is like his, but it's like, crazy.
Yeah, that's a huge moment, right? In the same time, you got a girlfriend through all this, or do you meet your, like, what's your personal relationship?
Wait, why you go to that after Suchu?
No, I'm just
like, I have like a love for
no, I ain't even
no.
I'm just wondering, like, because I want to ask you about Letitia Buffoni.
Through like all the early days of SKATELINE and like talking about Leticia has like always been like understood that it's like comedic, you know, like a joke. So
yeah. I mean, that recent one where she's on, I think, motorcycle or whatever, I was showing it to my wife and she's just like, what the? Like, you can't not look at it.
You feel me?
You know, there's something to it.
Yeah, bro. It's like, bro, like, yeah, but it's like, and then, you know, I know Leticia. I've known her like for a long time. Yeah. Like, I met her like a long time ago. So I always be like messing with her, like, bro, you know, I'm gonna get you like whatever part or whatever thing, like, cause me and her early days, like, you know, us doing SKATELINE about her was a lot of support for her up. You feel me? Like, she didn't have parts, she didn't have stuff. Like, us talking about her, every video we did would do triple whatever numbers we had.
Right.
Like, whenever she was the cover photo or did like the ESPN, like she was going up as we talk about her, and like, then she starts having parts, then she starts winning contests, then these things start happening for her. And it was just like, kind of like super sick. So like, whenever I met her, it was just beast. Like,
oh, right.
Yeah, so.
Okay, sick. What about the entrepreneur in you? Like, you got some shit going, like shop.
Yeah.
I don't think, do you have the truck still or not?
No, I don't have the food truck no more.
But the chicken and waffles?
Yeah, it was the chicken and waffle truck. So I did that.
Tell me about
I did
that.
Like, so like,
what's the order of things? Like, what do you get into first?
So first I did Black Gold.
Black Gold, right?
So I was with my boy, Johnny Roughneck. He was already doing this grip tape company. I went to his shop every day when it was in the Tenderloin. And I was like, yo, I want to help you with this. Like, I think I can. Mind you, I don't understand business. I'm just like, I have followers. I can get your thing up. I can get people to shout it out, which happened. Like, I got all the top YouTubers Day One even gave it a shout out, Chris Chan at that time.
Yeah.
And then they like boomed and doubled in numbers in one day.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, I can do this. Mind you, I fucking hate social media because of the personal life stuff. Like, I just like, don't talk about my personal life, yada, yada. I'm just like, I don't want to do it no more. Like, I'm gonna just try to get it up organically and build a team. So then I get Steven Lawyer and those dudes. That's what the first thing was Black Gold. I don't have nothing for a while. Actually, for years, I don't do any other business. And then, what's next? What happened next? I think a food truck might have been my second business that I had. Yeah.
Okay.
The food truck was approaching, and then that same dude was like, "Hey, you want to run the skate shop?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll think about that."
Oh, same dude.
The Sacramento dude, yeah, he was like trying to help me like do all that stuff because he was like, "I'll give you free equity of the food truck. Like, you don't pay. I got you. Just put your name on it, and we'll just rep it and do the thing." But I'm like, "Nah, on social media at the time." So yeah. Oh, now I gotta go back. I was doing Pushing for Pink in 2014.
Okay.
The nonprofit started in 2014. We did our first event in 2015. That was the second business after Black Gold. Black Gold first, then we did Pushing for Pink. Then nothing happens. Then the food truck happens. Skate shop gets approached. Every day moves over to the fashion district. From the TL to the fashion district, take that over. And then, yeah. And then now it's like, and then I'm helping with Rob Skate Academy. And what else was I doing? I'm doing something else, but I'd be forgetting.
Real quick, can we talk about the Pushing for Pink thing? Because I think that's like important stuff. Like, this is like not talking shit. This is like legit stuff giving back.
So in 2014, my boy Matthew Matthews, he's just like, he rips, like he's skating. He comes from he came from the Valley, then he moved up to San Leandro, and he would come to Thrasher, and he knew how to skate the park and was backsmithing the ramp and was like hella good at skating. I'm like, what the hell? Who is this dude? We kick it, we skate. He's like, I'm about to keep coming over here. He don't want nothing at the time. He's just like finishing college. He's going to like the Art Institute. Bro, mind you, he just like, yo, like, I just won an award for like my top designer in my class, and now I need a project and something to do, and like blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. And then his project becomes about like trying to do something like to get skateboarders involved. And he was like, yo, we should do this thing because skateboarders, or he was trying to do like an Avon walk, but for skateboarding. And like Midler's thing had just ended. He was like, bro, there's nothing like this in skating. We should do it, bro. Like my auntie just passed away from breast cancer. Like we should do this. And I'm like, yeah, I got you, bro. Mind you, I'm like, I like want to help, but I don't like sad shit because that's all I deal with. You feel me? Like I'm already dealing with death and cancer and all types of shit. So I'm like, yeah. And then my auntie passed away from lung cancer, like probably 3 or 4 months after he asked me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is late 2014. I'm like, all right, early next year, I'm gonna ask Jim T to help us, or no, late 2014, I asked Jim, then 20, because it was like a year. I remember like we went and waited till the beginning of the year and planned it all year, and then it came in October, and we went over to Waller, and we did the first event. And then Jim helped us put it all together and stuff like that. So that was that. But
so now it's an annual thing?
Yeah, it's annual. It happens at least once a year.
Was that video you guys did pretty special? Like
Which
fucking
one?
Tony Hawk's in there,
Yeah,
everybody.
man, bro. Tony Hawk's done 2 with us now. He did one last year, he did one this year.
Oh, but the one I saw that I was hyped on was all the different door, like, I think it was like
knocking on the door to go to door to door, and then Tony was like the last one. Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah,
that was tight, bro. Like that was super tight.
So do you have itch?
Oh shit, I got a phone call with Shaquille and Hills people.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard. Blood Wizard. Shop.bloodwizard.com.
Tickety tack.
Hey, it's Corey at Blue Plate, 3218 Mission Street. Come see us. Meatloaf, fried chicken, deviled eggs, $1 Olympia beers. We're here every day of the week. We got a garden and we got smiles on our faces. Come let us make you happy.
Like that?
Yeah. Something like that.
Hey, how to? Okay, Pushing for Pink, we covered that.
Annual.
And now Skate Shop, it's not with Johnny though,
Yeah,
right?
still with Johnny. So I still do it with Redneck. Yeah.
Okay.
Since he supported me in like making sure that I had black gold and stuff like that, and he gave a bunch of my friends a job at the Tenderloin store. I was just like, man, I got to work with this dude. Like he backed us to like be able to have my own shop. So He gave me the same thing, was like, here, you have this percentage of it, and this is yours, and the keys and everything. And I was like, what the I have a skate shop now.
Wow.
So, and it's in a way not the Tenderloin area. It's like in the exact opposite area. So just having every day be where it is now is like kind of crazy.
You guys are where?
On 10 Geary.
10 and Geary.
Yep. Right
Fuck
there,
yeah.
right there. At,
A block away from Burma Superstar.
what's that?
Best restaurant in the city.
Okay, I gotta go check that out.
Yeah,
But
you do. It's good.
Burma Superstar, yeah, cause like, yep.
So, are you ever behind the counter in there? Do you ever go work a day in there?
No,
Never. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever swing by and just check it out?
of course. Just
Yeah.
like pop in on kids if they're there, like try to do stuff. Like when Chappelle came, I was like going to just check on the shop, and he was walking with his entourage because he was about to do the Chris Rock and him show.
Yeah.
I just seen him on the street. He was like, yo, I got a skate shop down the street because I had met him at FTC. When, dude, holy shit. When I was going to the boys, when I was at the Boys and Girls Club, I had met him, and I was already like acting like him. Like I was like, "Ow, baby!" Like I would do the whole Chappelle thing, and when I seen him, everybody was like, "Dude, Gary, act like Chappelle." I was like, "Ow, yeah!" Like so. That was in 2005. This is like when he's supposed to be like crazy on crack and all that shit. So he like actually was at FTC just buying a whole bunch of gear. He's with his wife and his 2 kids. They was babies at the time. His sons was babies. Daughter not even born yet. And then he like signed my shirt and he was like, "Ow," and he's like laughing with me. And I was like, man, that hella inspired me. That day like inspired me to be like, be myself. Like, even though I'm not myself, I'm acting like him, but I'm like, be myself and like be forward and like have drive. So like years later when I seen him at the shop or walking down the street from the shop and told him to go over there, he was like, I'm really gonna go over there. I promise you, I'm gonna go over there. Give me 10 minutes. He was not lying. He showed up 15 minutes later, walked in there, bought a board for not the price of the board. He left
A little
thank you.
extra.
He left some thank you money on the counter.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, what the hell? And he talked to me for like 35, 40 minutes. I was like, bro, you actually inspired my whole like life and like don't, hella stuff,
Yeah, that was where I was leading. So it's a good segue is how important is he? Like, who's your inspiration comically? Like,
Chappelle.
Chappelle's the
Definitely.
dude.
Yeah, because it's like, you got to think about 2002, maybe 1 or 2, Chappelle Show drops. I'm like 8.
And that was like nothing
That
else.
was, you feel me? Like
that was
like,
the best shit. I keep telling Kevin, Braun's never, I'm like, what? Dude, why is that shit?
you go to school, those are the jokes, that's everything, Like, it was everything. It was like making fun of all the stuff that like making a band, like all the Prince, Rick James, all the things you heard about in our culture. He was like kind of giving it to like this new audience of kids, and we like making the jokes at school, Rick James, bitch, like the whole thing, Like,
Yeah.
so that was like I had Martin Lawrence and Jim Carrey's and Robin Williams, and I had all these inspirations before, but like I never really focused on them comedically, if that makes any sense. Like I always focused on them as like, these are just the big actors that are funny as hell.
Okay.
These guys are killing it in the 70s, 80s, early 90s before I can even understand their comedic careers.
Right.
They moved on to movie stars. Chappelle's like that first dude where his show's a sketch comedy show. He's still in comedy. He hasn't went off to do, Chris Tucker's hilarious, but I didn't see his Def Comedy stand up till I was an adult. Like I don't know those dudes. That was 92, you know what I'm saying? Oh, there go that fly. There it goes.
Ooh.
There it goes. I'm gonna catch
that
his
looked
ass.
like you had him.
I'm gonna catch his ass one day. But yeah, like I don't know none of them dudes, so Chappelle is definitely like my Bernie Mac too. Fuck Bernie Mac.
Was Chris Rock in there or no?
In what?
In this conversation.
Chris Rock's also in there too because he's doing Pootie Tang. He's doing all the movies I watched as a kid as well.
Yeah.
Chris Rock's a big inspiration for me. But like, again, he had a couple stand-ups though too when I was like a kid. I remember he had like an HBO stand-up that I watched, but I didn't get it. I didn't get those type of things, but I got Chappelle making fun of Prince and Rick James and P. Diddy, and I got those jokes. These are like the people that are in our everyday. I don't get about like Chris Rock talking about sex and cheating and money and like all the stuff he's talking, having a daughter and like all the stuff he's talking about. I don't get none of that stuff. Like that's so yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I have this conversation all the time because I think I saw you at that show, right? At Chappelle.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I did. I see. Yeah, yeah.
Did E40 play too?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was sick.
That was sick as
that
hell.
was right after the lockdown.
Yep.
So it was like first time we're like around people.
A lot of people. We all had the Chappelle mask. I remember that.
That was tight.
Locked the phones up. The whole shit.
Yeah, I always have that conversation though because we saw Chris Rock and Chappelle back to back. And everyone's like, who is funnier? And I was like, dude, that's such a hard question because they're both hilarious in different ways. Chappelle's more of a storyteller and Rock's more of a like,
punchlines.
Yeah. So yeah, I love comedy. It's the most important thing, right? If you don't laugh,
you cry.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So I always was like, I felt like trying to chase money because of trauma though. Like whatever like traumatic bullshit I was dealing with, you know, like a lot of murders in my family. A lot of people take it from me like at a really early age. You know? And like, so I was like, yo, I need to laugh. Like all the time. I need to try to be funny and laugh all the time. That was it. Like I would like put the mask in, you know, like, cause my sister would want to watch Juice. You know, she liked that type of stuff, like with emotion, some funny moments, blah, blah, blah. I used to be like, I want to watch Good Burger. I want to watch The Mask.
Yeah.
I want to be happy because we got to already deal with this other life that we have, you know? It's like, I didn't get why people like sadness, even though I love Tupac, don't get me wrong, but I just was like, why do we always want to be sad or like watch stuff with emotion? Like I didn't watch like anything that didn't deal with it being happy. Even the Power Rangers, I used to watch that shit because they would win at the end. Hell yeah. Like, the hell? I'm about to watch this just so they can win.
Power Rangers. One thing I forgot to ask you about was for the skate line. I don't think you do it anymore. But in the beginning, you guys would throw in a quick frame.
We still do it.
Yeah, what's up with that?
This kid, Joe Carter, that was like the original editor, he would just like have all these photos and like cartoon stuff that he would just put my head on. And he would just make sure it would be like one, and it was to cause engagement for the show. He was like,
wait, what
he's
was
like the
that?
early days of catching people off guard. Be like, put this in the show, and it'll make people be like, did I see something? And it caught on. Like everyone has been like, yo, is there something that happened? Mind you, it's been happening so long now they just go, it's regular. But when it first happened, people would be like, was I tripping or not? You know what I'm saying? So,
and is there a formula to it, or is there any weird meaning? Like, you know, when back in the day it was like DVD bonus extras that you went up, down, left, right, PA, start. Like, I was thinking it was on some shit like that. Like, oh, this is if you get every screen grab and put it together, it's a fucking like.
Nah. It was literally like.
I was trying to get way too deep.
It was just engagement. It was just like early days of engagement without like, you know, mind you, that was everybody's already commenting, everybody doing whatever, but it was like, what else? You know, put like a freeze frame, and then kids were like, there was like a page where this kid caught hell of them, and he had like an Instagram page for it. Because you know we never had a SKATELINE page, so he like had hella hidden photos from there. He had like 200, I think he had caught. Or like
no way, that rips.
Yeah. There was nothing deeper than that. Just like, what can we do to like just add a tidbit?
Keep fucking with it. Do you have like an end goal? Do you see like a dream that you are still heading towards? Are you, like, if Netflix and HBO come to you and say, hey, we want to fuck with this.
Well, SKATELINE?
Yeah. Are you going to be like, or like, what's your goals like for your life and for the show?
Oh, man.
Keeping it with Thrasher, do you want to make it bigger or anything? Or?
That's like a real ass question. Man, well, SKATELINE, it did everything for me. So I'm like really happy with whatever, you know? But like, are you saying anything outside of SKATELINE or just SKATELINE?
Yeah, I mean, I know you're an entrepreneur, dude. You're doing some shit, and you have this like following that I can plug you into something, and it's going to be successful a lot of times. Just in that,
if I do it right, you know. The thing is, it's like I left Instagram for 5 years.
You did?
Yeah. So I have like a lot of like kids that have no idea. Like kids don't know me. I have like an older audience of people, which luckily helps me, you know, keep going. But ultimately, I'm lucky to be where I am, and I'm really happy. And
do you want to do some acting? Would you like to be in movies and stuff?
Hell no. I've done that, and I don't like that.
Like mid-90s, it wasn't a good experience?
No, it was fine. It just happened, but it's not who I wanted to be. I never really wanted to be famous. Like, I never known like that.
Right.
I wanted to eat and be with my homies. That was it.
Okay.
I wanted to eat by myself. Yeah. I didn't want to eat a piece of the homie's burger or the half of the homie's burrito. I wanted to eat myself. That was like my only goal, because I didn't have that for a long time. You know, Joel single-handedly changed that for me. Like, so when SKATELINE got on Ride Channel and then got on Thrasher, every goal I even had for my life was met at 21, 22 years old, I had did everything that I wanted to do for myself. Like everything else that's like just been kind of happening has just been happening. You know?
Yep. That's when it's the best.
I had made it in skateboarding. I get to get boards and hang out, and it's not my job to skateboard. I get to do it and love it. I never get to fall out of love with it. It doesn't hurt, but I get to learn tricks, try stuff, like with no pressures, and then I get to come here and have fun with the bro every week. Like the life that I live and the life that I lead is super exciting, and it's not fabricated. I don't gotta lie about it. It's like a real blessing to have this type of shit and this type of lifestyle.
Absolutely.
So when I'm gonna get it, Schmitty. I'm gonna get his ass.
He had that one.
Man, bro, you seen that motherfucker? I know, right? Just fucking chopsticks, catch his ass by the neck and just let him explode, fucking bitch. If Netflix was like, yeah, they want SKATELINE, that'd be sick, right?
Yeah.
Fucking dope as hell. If they're like, yeah, we'll give you $5 million or whatever, $1 million to do. Hell yeah, I do SKATELINE. Like,
yeah.
Because it's not something I've ever even gotten over. It's not something I have to do. It's something I want to do and I love doing. Because me and the bro created on a mini ramp. like,
that's insane.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no. It's like it's fucked up. So, but like my ultimate goal now, the things that I've structured for myself is hopefully have every business that I am doing, which is I've like condensed it. Make sure I do Push Over Pink, and that shit does millions of giving back to families every year. Make sure that Black Gold's an established grip tape company and established hard goods company, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of shops. People are riding it. It's doing well. It's quality. You know, the merch and everything feels quality. I'm not trying to shorthand anybody. Make sure it's not too expensive. Kids can afford it and get it. One day when Metro Skate Camp gets to the top of the world, just be doing something super big with that. Help the kids from Rock Skate Academy get wherever they want to go. Just basically focus on the skate shop every day is just big. Like, maintain, keep it going. You know, I got a production company with me and the homie started where we make our stuff now. That's how we film the things like the Tony Hawk commercial and things like that. So we're just do it day by day. Because I got to find a new reason to keep, you know, I just keep finding a new thing.
And we're always evolving, right? You're following we're like learning how to do different things of the same thing that we're doing.
Exactly.
Like the HD camera instead of the VX, all that shit.
Yeah, so.
I got to hear the Kim story. Do we have,
do we have
time for this?
Oh, God. So we do SKATELINE, and Joel's like, I'm going to bring a porn star in. Mind you, I'm a boy. I love porn.
Yeah.
Don't know her, though. She's like a local. She comes in. Oh, fuck. She comes in and... Mind you, what you got?
I got a couple of notes.
You about to serve me, motherfucker? You just pull out. Kim comes in. She's hilarious. Like, comes out of the table, act like I got some cream on her face. It was like a white shoe cleaner. Act like she was down, giving me, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't what's happening. But the funniest moment is she like packs up to leave. You know, porn girls just have like an energy. She bent over. And it was busted wide open. Like, we were just all like trying not to look, but you don't pick stuff up like that. Most people bend down, get their stuff and stand up. She was like, all right, dog, like they kicking me out. Cause I think first off, yo, who pulls up to a mini ramp with 6 dudes and cameras knowing what your job is? First off, doesn't know any of us, just trusted us. Was cool as hell. She was hella cool. You know, mind you, like, all of us, like, first off, I was raised super right, so all of us know how to conduct ourselves around women. You feel me?
Yeah.
So she just felt hella comfortable and was bending over and shit. And it was like, I think that was her, I swear that was her fun. I think she was like trying to be like, y'all don't want me for nothing else? Like, fuck y'all then. I will show you. And I just, God damn, Kim. But that was, so I had a porn star on set once.
Damn.
That was awesome. Porn girl. What is porn star? How do you define that?
When you make more than $5 for your, you get naked and you have sex or whatever you're doing, but you gotta get paid. And you're on the screen.
It's $5. Okay, so she for sure hopefully made more than $5.
Pancho Moeller was a porn star for a while.
Who?
Pancho Moeller, little guy, skater, pro skater.
Wait, Pancho from overseas?
No, it's him and Wee Man.
No, who's the one that's now? There's the other one I think of when I hear Pancho. Why do I think of Because there's like a small guy that skates now. And I think they leave that name under his comments, and that's why I always think about him.
I don't know that one.
Okay, there's a new, and and I see Poncho under, and I don't think I've ever heard it, because I heard a Wee Man, and I see this Poncho name, and I never got to find out who that was.
Yeah, he was fucking with it for a minute.
He was some porn?
Yeah.
Nice.
He was a little lost.
Nice.
Why did you get off social for 5 years?
Like I said.
Was that fucking with you mentally?
Nah, it was just, basically, when I was hella young, MySpace used to get people shot. Yeah, like it would be like people would comment stuff or put like disses to certain blocks on MySpace, and then they would be at corner stores and get shot. Like all the kids with dreads would just get shot. Mind you, I didn't have dreads yet, but so you weren't even allowed to grow them in my house because they was like, we don't want nothing to happen to you. So I was like, I don't like social media. I didn't like social media. Like I came around Joel and Joe, I didn't even like iPhones. I was like, y'all got that iPhone, but it was like so much accessible because we would need to FaceTime or talk. So I got one because of work, naturally. And then they were like, you should also start a social media. But I was like, so thinking like, I don't want to do it. But Instagram was different. It was just pictures, you know, it just seemed like really mellow. But I never wanted to do Facebook, any of that shit, bro. I hated it. I did not want to be out there in this world where one time social media seemed like it was dangerous. So I started getting like all these followers, all this stuff starts happening. And then it just like, everybody around me would be a little different personally. Because it's like, oh, you got the followers, you're not shouting us out, blah, blah,
I need
blah.
that bump.
I'm like, bro, what? Like, don't treat me different because of this shit. Like, I'm doing this. Y'all know what I come from. Don't treat, you know, but so I guess it does mentally, but it wasn't what was happening on social media. It was happening, oh, it landed on the table. He wanted to die. It wasn't what was happening on social media. It was happening off of it. It's personal life stuff. I don't talk about my personal life.
Right.
I live a life that's mine when I'm not on camera. It's not for anybody to talk about or know. Like, I'm not gonna give anybody my insight on anything I got going at my house. You feel me? Ever.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you're not coming to my birthday or my funeral. So it's like, that stuff's for me. I want to give you what you would like. Talking about skating, this, that, and the third. But when my life started to change, like people around me, like, yo, give me a shout out. Why you acting weird? You acting famous? Like, hell nah, fuck that. I don't want to deal with none of that.
Yeah.
I got off. You know? Because it was like, y'all not finna kill me or do something stupid over this stuff. Because that's what happens. Like, it's like the envy type things was like happening, like in a background setting. You know, not my personal close people, they would never, but it was like people that were kind of close, like originally when we were younger, coming back around. You know how people end up your cousins when you end up on television and type stuff like that. I was like, I'm out. I'm done. I don't want to do it. I'll just like, SKATELINE's doing fine. Thrasher's big enough to carry my name. I don't need social media.
Right.
Which I was very wrong and inaccurate about. Like, I should have stayed on there. Because, you know, kids quit skating every 2 years. There's so many audiences that I missed not being on there. You know what I'm saying? To even help.
That's the double-edged sword of it,
You feel
right?
me? But I got to have my peace of mind. I was cool. Like, I was good. Like, when I got off social media is when I did the most stuff. Like, for a little bit, freaking X Games was like, yo, we want to pay you more to post. And I was like, oh, shit, so I won't post nothing, so you have to pay me to post. I don't want to use social media. Pay me to post. So they were. Whenever I would put something in my story, I was blessed. I was like, okay. So
more power to you, man. I feel like it's really hard to do that stuff.
People just want to be popular, bro. That shit don't got nothing to do with nothing. Like, people want the followers and people want to, like, I'm like, yo, I'm focused. Like, I love SKATELINE. I'm gonna do that. And I love skating. I'm gonna do that. Like, I don't care about you, bitch. I don't care about anything else but what I got going on. I'm too focused when it's time to really work. Being cool, don't do shit. Being popular, don't do nothing. Nothing changes. You know, like, as many followers I have did not stop any of my cousins and friends from dying.
Right.
You know, nothing changed, like, being like on that type of shit. So I was just like, yo, like, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if I could come to Joel's house, talk to Joel about real life, make jokes on SKATELINE, if I can go to the house, be with my people, that's all I needed.
There you go.
You know, like, and mind you, I'm doing fucking hanging out with this artist and these people and meeting this and going to this VIP thing and, you know, kicking it with Drakes and Tylers and all these people without ever even having to be on it.
Yeah.
I get to do whatever was accessible anyway, you know? So I might as well stay off of it.
Yeah.
Because people already rock with me for what I'm doing. So, you know, that's that. But people be so caught up. That's why they like get on the comments and be mad at the world. And be
That's
depressed.
what we were talking about earlier. It's just
bro.
like, man, like shit can bum you out for like a week sometimes. You know, like if you let it get to you, like if
24 hours is the most it ever got me. My dude said this dude is ruining skateboarding.
yeah, that's it's the same shit. What's the craziest thing you've seen this dude on a skateboard? The craziest.
Joel do on a skateboard?
Yeah, some fucking crazy trick in the barn.
Shit, bro. What, man? Okay. It's the craziest things. It was like there was like this 3-month period where every time I came here, he had a new trick on his phone.
Yeah.
That very few people had done. So it wasn't like, you know, Joel's not gonna sit here and fucking fly down El Toro crazy, but it's like, how the hell did you figure out that goes that fakey or that truck, you could do this low C to this and then stall it this was fucked up. Stall it on this little ass mellow ramp you seen. Be like, I'm gonna take it to this one the next week, then grind it, then come back and do it across the thing. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker, he bullshit. So it just like, that has been what the craziest thing was, just like the buildup of him just being like, all right, I'm gonna learn something and learn it in that, you know, take 2 days, get it, and be like, I got it 3 times, have it on lock, add it to his line. Now the trick line is like 14 tricks. You're like, oh my God, and I'm still over here doing 50s and 5-0s and blunt fakies and shit.
Okay, I got like 2 more. What do you see this year? Like who do you think could be skater of the year by the end of this year? Like who are some of the guys you got your eye on that you're like, dude, if this guy does it right, he's the next dude?
I'm gonna tell you this. The rollout that I hear Jamie Foy's about to have.
Jamie Foy, 2-time?
I don't like to do that. I don't like to jinx sodies. I don't like to do any of that.
Okay.
I just wait till it's over. But I said the rollout that Jamie's supposed to have is looking like a very nice year for Jamie Foy. I tell you that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like to see that. Pedro Delfino came by the plant like last week, and he was like, "Wait till you see Foy's part."
He's a piece of shit, bro. Foy's a piece of shit. I love Jamie. I met him at that Dude Tour that was in SF in like the early 2013 when it was like on where you know, across the street from the library when they had that one right there. But then like we actually kicked it when he came out on a trip in 2015, maybe 16. And he's like, man, I'm trying to get on Nike. And I was like, damn. He's like, so I'm gonna nose grind that 22 in Daly City. And he fucking slammed. He got knocked out. And I picked him up, you know, like I went lifting him up and made sure he was straight.
Damn.
And we've been cool ever since then. And then like, man, there's been so many text messages for why people's lives are the way they are that I've sent out. Because I was like, yo, I'm not gonna say who I texted. I was like, yo, this kid really is like dedicated. He's like, bro, I don't even know who that kid is. He's got this company in our bio. We don't even know him. Mind you, that kid's Jamie. And then they circle back and go, oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was there for a lot of guys.
Rad.
Like I'm gonna say one. Oh, Schmitty. Oh, he's so dead. Oh, ew. Got his ass. Let's go. He's dead. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna say one because he knows it. Frankie Villani, love you to death. Frankie is actually like, he was Thrasher Boys, so he wasn't even from the skate park. He just like joined our collective to like when we started doing the Instagram stuff. And we made the P-Raw Park edit one of the last P-Raw Park Fridays. And then Spanish Mike hit me up and was like, yo, who's this Frankie kid that's like been grinding all these rails at the park? And now he's pro for Primitive, and now he's where he is in skateboarding.
He's amazing.
So I love Frankie, and I was glad I was there to help that, you know?
Yeah, when Frankie came to Double Rock, that's when I got to see him for the first time on. Then you see all the shit he does in his video parts, you're like, this guy's
Frankie's fucked up.
Fucking sick. Well, this is the question I usually end with, and it's tough, but what's the first thing that comes to mind, not the greatest maybe, that you've been there for, that you saw happen on a skateboard? Like I always talk about, like I filmed Greco switch fronts, I flipped the Lincoln stairs.
Oh, shit.
I saw Danny Way jump out of the Hard Rock.
I was there?
Ooh, yeah, what were you there where you're like, God damn, like Cinco de Slammo maybe, or Midler, or like, I don't know.
Midler's kickflip back lip was up there, 100%. Just because like everything he was dealing with personally, you know, like losing the sponsors, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And then to see like his come up on a skateboard, I've seen some very bad slams on the skateboard, but the best moment, I was there back to the Berg, you know, Chris Cole doing the back three.
That was a huge day. Yeah.
I can't take in, I'll you know, it's crazy, I'll remember it later. I'm one of those.
Yeah, but that's what usually it is whatever comes to your mind, because, yeah, if you fucking went through every minute of your life, we can't do that right now.
Type shit, yeah.
But yeah. But, dude, stoked that you took the time to meet up with me. I really appreciate it.
You're going to ask me about Wrecking Ball, right?
Oh, yeah.
I want to get into that,
so
too.
That's what I did want to talk to you about, and I didn't know how to fucking phrase it, but I'm going to just phrase it this way. What do you think about the dudes like Wrecking Ball and like Gifted Hater and these dudes? Like, what are your thoughts on these dudes?
It's like imitation is like flattery, you know what I'm saying? Like a form of flattery, but like at the same time, it's like these dudes are just trying to create and find their lane in the skateboarding, you know? Dudes that were good at it or wanted to do it and never really got in, they found their in, just like how I did. Can't hate on that. And they're just, they don't want to see bad of me. Like, neither one of them are badmouth me or talk foul of me. You know, mind you, one like destroyed my whole friend group. You know, like Gifted Hater did all that, you know, stuff with the 700K and things like that, and like all that stuff is like that happened, and not, mind you, wasn't really the reason, but it felt like it was. But he just found an end, bro, and it's like he created videos, he makes his content, the stuff makes sense. The things with Wrecking Ball, like Joel ended up being, I think that's his name too, he actually ended up hella cool. Like when I met him, like he was always trying to work and do stuff, but it was just like, he was aggressive. Yeah. It didn't seem hella funny, it just seemed like really like, you know, I'm trying to get somebody to get mad so I can knock him out. like bro, can you at least like be dummy funny? Like he was just like kind of be like, who's gonna say something? He was Debo, bro. He was literally white Debo. Like that was it. And I get it. Like he was ready to just like ride a low rider that was creaking and creep up on skateboarders and knock them out. But like everybody's just kind of just trying to do stuff. I'm not really mad at none of that shit. Like it just like, for me, I'm not finna sit here and
absolutely. You think that
bummed or be like, oh yeah, like.
What do you think about Theodis Beasley, Grown and Gifted, collab with Gifted Hater? Grown and Gifted Hater. I thought about that. It was Tony gave me the sweatshirt. I was like, damn. Well, we caught the fly and we kicked it, dude.
I know, I fucking killed that fly. I got his blood on my hand.
If you could drop a song right now, what have you been fucking with right now? Like, what would be on your playlist? Something that you, like, hey, we're out of here and put it on wax.
Oh, shit. What, like, real song that I've been slapping?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
What gets you hyped?
Right now, I'm listening to Playboy Cardi 2024. That's the name of the song. Yeah. I just been playing it on repeat because he just says whatever. It's not super good. Sitting on the Dock of the Bay has been in my mind. But yeah, if I had to pick one song, just give me the, because he says put them on the news or something, is what Cardi says in 2024. Okay. And it's like SKATELINE, you know.
There you go.
NBD, so.
There you go.
But yeah, Schmitty.
Well, fuck yeah, dude. I appreciate this so much.
I already know.
It's a good day.
And now, a word from our sponsor, Oro Coffee. That's some damn good coffee. Order 1 or 6 bags at orocoffeeroasters.com.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Talkin Schmit. You can subscribe to the show on iTunes, Anchor, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts. When you subscribe, you'll get notifications every Tuesday of new episodes the minute they become available. Also, please leave reviews and a 5-star rating. It's the best way to help the show grow. All of the episodes will always remain free, but if you would like to help support the show, you can do so at talkingschmidt.com, where you can pick up some merchandise like t-shirts, beanies, hats, and stickers. The website has an entire archive of all of the episodes, with extra photos and videos. Email us with any suggestions, comments, or ways that the show may have improved your life at talkingschmidt@gmail.com. All interviews are conducted, edited, and produced by Schmitty. The intro music is Mary's Cross by the band Nature. A very special shout out goes to the executive director, Cheryl Camisa.
Shout out.
Love it! This is Talkin Schmit, where the Rolodex is deep, but the conversation is deeper.
Keep the wheels greased.